My wife called the cops to frame me for assault and ruined my life. Now she's begging me to forgive her because I am leaving her homeless. We met when I was 19 and she was 27. She was the nicest and most amazing woman I had ever met. I fell for her immediately. She really had her SHT together. She had a master's degree and was very successful in her field of work as an independent small business owner. She was married and divorced once before meeting me. The house is leased. Only my name is on the lease as my wife moved out of her apartment when we got married. After we got married, she started lashing out and hitting me occasionally. The other night, she threw a glass at me and it hit me in the head. I fell to the ground and she got on top of me. I was trying to block her hits and reacted by punching her. Then she acted like the victim by crying and saying she was calling the police and she wasn't safe around me. Then locked herself in the guest room. Yes, I ended up going to jail Saturday night. Unfortunately, I got arrested the night before Easter Sunday because I couldn't see a judge until Monday. I was charged with domestic assault and battery. It is a misdemeanor because it's my first offense, but I could still face a year in jail. My wife didn't call the police immediately. She locked herself in the guest room after it happened. I honestly thought she was bluffing about calling the police, but about 10 minutes after that, 2 cops were knocking and yelling at my front door. My wife came out of the guest room with a black eye. I immediately knew I was screwed. I was wearing a white t-shirt that had some bloodstains on it because my wife had busted my lip. Unfortunately, regardless of my saying I was defending myself against my violent wife, they saw her black eye and the blood on my shirt, and I was arrested. As of right now, I'm not allowed to be around my wife. I have a public defender as I can't afford my own lawyer. She has left our house, so luckily I can stay there. I have no idea where she went. She took my dog though. I am calling a divorce lawyer and will be filing as soon as possible. I'm going to try and get the charge dropped as well. My attorney is pretty confident that it will go nowhere as I have a clean record. My wife has domestic charges on her record and I'm claiming self-defense. I was also fired from my job because I was in jail on Monday, and as of right now I probably won't be getting another because there's no way I can pass a background check with an ongoing legal problem. Essentially, my life is ruined. My wife is a horrible human being, and I could face jail time or homelessness. I don't speak to my family as they don't like my wife, and this is something that I don't think I can tell them about because they warned me that she was in trouble. First update. The charges were tossed. My wife admitted that she exaggerated everything and told police and my attorney that I was not abusive, and said she would appreciate it if the charges weren't pursued any further. That was good enough because I'm no longer facing a misdemeanor. Shortly after that, she came to the house with a bunch of my favorite snacks and drinks as well as a long apology note. She was in tears, saying she didn't mean to ruin my life and was so sorry. That night, she was seeing red and barely remembered anything. When she showed up, I didn't say anything. I also didn't accept her apology gift or letter. All I asked was where my dog was. She tried to act confused and said she didn't have him. I know my wife. Her face gets red when she lies. I told her if she doesn't return my dog, I'm pressing charges as well as getting a restraining order and filing for divorce. She broke down and told me that she did take him and had no intention to harm him, but he did run away when she left the door open. She said she looked for him and couldn't find him. He isn't chipped. He's gone. We aren't going to find him. I'm torn up over it. I told her to leave my property. A few days later, she was served divorce papers. Again, shows up at my house crying, saying she's sorry for everything. She loves me, and she wants to save our marriage. She said I can't throw away what we have over an animal. While my dog is a huge reason why I'm going through with this, I got pissed and said she's abusive, she's manipulative, and she needs therapy and medical help for her problems. It's way more than my dog. I told her she was lucky I hadn't pressed charges and had only filed for divorce. Well, she hit me again, this time on camera. I called the police. When the police showed up, she was in hysterics and tried to turn it on me, saying that she hit me in self-defense and that we're going through a divorce and I wouldn't let her leave. She didn't know I had cameras. She was arrested. I was granted a restraining order, and we are getting divorced. I've gone to every animal shelter close by. My dog is nowhere to be found. It's been a few weeks. I'm assuming the worst. My wife's ex-husband reached out to me. He's still friends with a few of my wife's friends and they filled him in on the situation. He told me that she did something similar to him, but he let it continue for longer than he should have because she is really manipulative and would cry and apologize and seem genuinely remorseful and willing to take the steps necessary to change. He told me not to look back or fall for any of it. But yeah, as happy as I am that my legal issues are over and I'm getting out of an abusive marriage, to me it's not a happy ending because I lost my best friend since I was 16.